Well, what if you literally couldn't make a mistake when it comes to this decluttering and simplifying process? Like, we could take away any risk of you accidentally getting rid of something that you really needed. Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, today let's talk about how we can do just that. And also, I have kind of a cool opportunity if you're looking for a little more support, a little more encouragement for this simplifying journey. Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom. If we haven't met before, I'm married to Tom and we have 4 kids ages 4 through 9. Oh my goodness, we actually have 4 kids ages 5 through 9. Our youngest, our little guy, Gage, just turned 5 this past weekend. You can see the balloons above my head here. And so we celebrated his birthday this past weekend. This isn't what I wanted to talk about, but I do want to encourage you with this just 1 second. And so we had a birthday party for him last night, which was really fun. But I saw the pile of gifts and I was getting a little bit overwhelmed by it. But here's what's so cool. All of the gifts, they were all clothes, craft supplies, and then 1 Lego kit. All totally stuff that he is gonna use. And so I was really grateful and thankful to our family. And it was just cool to see that they were really considerate of, you know, recognizing how we've simplified our life and how we're trying to keep our house now. And they were totally considerate of that. And so it did not happen overnight, right? It's taken multiple years for us to get here, but I wanna encourage you, stick with it, keep gently encouraging your family in that direction, and just give them some time to observe how things are changing and to kind of get their heads around it, and I think you'll have the same experience too. So I thought that was pretty cool. But what I wanna talk about today, 2 things. One is this idea of if it were just impossible for us to make a mistake when it comes to decluttering our house. And then also a little bit later, I have kind of a cool opportunity if you're looking for just a little more support for this journey, an opportunity how we could spend some more time together. So I'll share that at the end. But let's talk about this idea of if it were literally impossible for us to make a mistake when it comes to decluttering. Because I know from when I was decluttering my house, what's the fear? Every time we hold something up thinking, should I get rid of this or should I not get rid of this? The fear is, oh, I'm gonna need that again someday and then I'm gonna have to rebuy it. And that is what we don't want. And so what I wanna suggest today is that a lot of times when we have this fear, we're working with old information. When I grew up, that was a legitimate fear. If I got rid of clothes or toys or anything like that, there was a good chance there would not be the financial means to replace it again. And so there's a good chance you grew up that way too, or at some point in your life, it would have been nearly impossible to replace things if you got rid of it and needed it. I mean, and really in some regards, it might have even created a hardship for your family if that thing had to be replaced again. But then we get now to 2019, and is there anything that we can't replace between Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, thrift stores, garage sales, asking our neighbor for it? Is there anything that we couldn't replace easily? So the other day, Corbin, our 6-year-old, decided to cut the cord of the girls' electric keyboard, what they used to practice for piano lessons. He just literally took his scissors and cut the cord. Why? Why did he do that? I don't know. Do you know why kids do things like that? And so my first thought was like, oh my goodness, where am I gonna get another cord for this piano? And then I was like, oh, yeah, duh, right? Go on Amazon. And so sure enough, I looked at the back of the cord, I put that into Amazon, I had 15 different options. I told Corbin, you are paying for the replacement. And so $9, 2 days later, the cord comes, the girls are practicing piano again. And so, I mean, we don't ever want to be wasteful, but we have to kind of help our brains catch up with this idea of that everything in our house, I mean, really, I mean, there's very few things. When I say everything, like 98% of the things in our house, we could replace so easily. So we don't have to have so much fear around accidentally getting rid of something that we might use. The other thing we have to remember is that we are creatures of habit. We eat the same things, we wear the same things, we do the same things almost every single day. We go to the same job, we go to the same places, we spend time with the same people. And so we hang on to all of this stuff being like, but one day, I might need this stuff. And the day never comes because all the other days are the same as this day and we never actually have a need for that stuff, right? And so we have to start like challenging our brain on these things of like, no, actually, if I haven't used it in this past year, probably someday it's not gonna be any different than today and I'm not gonna need it. And so here's what I've noticed. As we've decreased the inventory in our house, as I've gone through all this decision making and this process of like being like, no brain, I don't need that stuff. Stop trying to hold me back from getting rid of it. As I've done that, we've gotten rid of so much stuff in our house. Now what I realized is that my value for other things, for people, the people in our life, like when we had that birthday party last night, I really enjoyed having everybody over and getting to visit with them and getting to host them and to cook a good meal. And I really hope not only that Gage felt celebrated and he had fun, but I really hope that our guests had a good time and that they felt treated and that they enjoyed the time here as well. And I really enjoyed that, and I really valued getting to spend the time with them. And so as I've decreased the inventory and the number of things I have to care for, I've definitely noticed my value for the other more important things in life really start to climb. Even, you know, dedicating time to my spiritual beliefs, taking time to care for my body, to be outside and walk. I'm like addicted to walking now. I just love it. And like the other night, my sister was like, ooh, you should see the clouds right now. They're so cool. I'm like, Diana, you should see the clouds every day. Like they're different every single day. Like, and they're so cool. Like, and I'm like noticing these things that I have not noticed in a really long time, maybe since I was a little kid, and how the fields are changing color right now and these flowers that are blooming and how the sun's reflecting. It's been really cool. So all these things that have absolutely no financial value have totally increased, and all this other stuff I have no desire for anymore. And I do feel confident that you really can't make a mistake when it comes to getting rid of stuff in your house, because the stuff doesn't matter. It's just not what matters. The stuff doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, you just can't make a mistake with it. So with that in mind, the invitation that I have for you today is that we're actually starting a private Facebook group, but with membership. So we do want to limit the size of it. We'd like to keep it, you know, to a size where you feel like you get a good amount of interaction from myself, and Diana and Tom will pop in as well. So that's why we're charging a membership fee. And I'd also like to just really attract with this group those of you who are really going through the decluttering process right now, because I remember what that's like, and I would have loved to have more support during that process. So I know, you know, we're all at different stages. Sometimes we're still information gathering. Sometimes we're really in the depths of it, and that's who I would love to get to spend more time with and get to help you more. And then also there's those of you that are kind of through the journey, and I would love some of you friends to join too, so that you can help to encourage people and just to share your experiences and to cheer everyone on. So here's what you can expect from the group. Daily posts and encouragement, either through short videos or other posts, twice monthly Facebook live sessions where you can either submit questions ahead of time or ask them during the session. There'll also be replays available if you're not able to attend during the live session. And then also just the ability to post pictures and to share what it is you're specifically going through right now. And so if you have some items you're having a hard time parting with, if you need to tell the story of something and then you feel like you can move on from it, or you have a room that's giving you a hard time, you could actually post a picture and then I can respond and other people in the group can respond, and we can kind of brainstorm ideas and encourage you that way. And so my hope is that it's just a place for you to feel loved and supported and encouraged during this journey, because I know it's not easy. I don't want to overstate it, and I mean, we go through harder things in life, but this process can be really difficult. It can be defeating, it can be time consuming, and we can often feel like we're alone and nobody around us understands what it is that we're going through. And so my hope is that we can be surrounded by some like-minded friends and we'll all feel encouraged and supported and loved and cared for. So I hope that's not too much to expect from a Facebook group, but I really do think that we can achieve that. You know, I kicked around a lot of different ways of what would be best of, you know, do I create a course or write a book or come and, you know, we've talked about coming and visit you. We still want to do that. But what's funny about courses is like, I've never actually stuck with a course, ever. I've never finished a course. You know, I get a week behind and then I feel like I don't know what's going on in the group and I'm not up to speed with what they're talking about, and it's just how it goes. And so so I ruled out course pretty quickly just because it's not my personality type. We've put a lot of thought and a lot of work into it, so I hope you find a ton of value out of it. You can find all of the full details down below. We are gonna limit the size of it because I don't want it to get too big. I want it to feel like, you know, we get plenty of interaction with each other, so we are gonna limit the size. So we're gonna open registration for 1 week. I'll put all the details down below, and then after that, as we get into it, if we feel like we could invite some more friends in, we might open it again, and then I'll let you know. But otherwise, just for this week for right now, and then we're gonna kind of go from there and see how that goes. We also do have a free Facebook group too. I'm gonna try and be a little more active in that too, and we have a sweet friend who's offering to help administrate that. So that is definitely an option too. But if you're just really in the depths of it right now, I hope that you can join and we can just spend some more time together and that you can feel encouraged. Also, if you're hoping to make like a YouTube channel or an Instagram account or a blog to kind of document your journey, I would love to support you in that too, and to, you know, promote you within the group, because I want more friends to create content like this so that it becomes more mainstream, that it becomes more common, and we're not the only weirdos out there getting rid of all the stuff in our house, right? So I think that would be fun too. So if that would be helpful for you, I hope you join. I hope we can spend more time together, get to know each other better. And if not, everything here on YouTube is totally gonna stay the same. We'll keep doing our videos during the week about minimalism. Tom and I will continue to share our projects on Saturdays. Diana and I will keep going on Sundays. So all of that will stay the same, whether you join the group or not. But I am excited to just share a little more behind the scenes and just, I don't know, I guess I feel like with a group that I know is like everybody in it, I feel like there's some things I could say more freely that I sometimes censor on these videos. So I really do look forward to getting to know you better and getting to meet you over there. You can find all of the details down below. Certainly if you have any questions, leave them on the blog page, not in the comments down below. Head over there and leave your questions over there, and I will make sure they get answered. So thank you in advance for joining. A thumbs up is always appreciated. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already so we can spend more time together, and I look forward to visiting with you again really soon.